So, let's take a look at some of the symptoms of arsenic poisoning. We have stomach pain, nausea, diarrhea, weakness, delirium, heart failure, coma. Sounds like somebody had a fun weekend in Vegas. Actually, if these all sound familiar, it's because they're the exact same symptoms that George Bodle had. So he must have been poisoned, right? Well, unfortunately, there are some diseases that produce these exact same symptoms. So, we're going to need some additional help to help prove that John poisoned his grandfather. Chemistry to the rescue! A young English chemist by the name of James Marsh decides he's going to help out with the case. And, like any good scientist, he goes to the crime scene, he investigates, and there he collects evidence. He collects the kettle, the coffee pot, some used coffee grounds, and last and by far most disgusting, some vomit. Now, if he can show that arsenic is present in any of these four items, he can now prove John poisoned his grandfather. However, the test that they had back in those days was considered to be somewhat complex and unreliable. To simplify it, when heat was added, there would be a chemical reaction. And if arsenic was present, we'd see a co-precipitate in the solution. Now, when he tested the kettle, the coffee pot, and the vomit, the results were inconclusive. But when he tested the used coffee grounds, he found exactly what he was looking for. And he knew that arsenic was present and that John had poisoned his grandfather. But would he be able to prove it in a court of law? Well, you'd think with the evidence it'd be easy to get a verdict of guilty. Take a look at this jury. They haven't watched seasons of CSI, CSI Miami, CSI Cyber, or binge-watched Law & Order over Netflix on the weekend. So, when James Marsh tried to explain the test to them, they had a hard time understanding it. In fact, it is thought that this is one of the first times forensic evidence was ever used in a courthouse, where evidence was taken from the crime scene, tested upon, and those tested results were brought into the courthouse. So these guys had a lot of questions. What's the reaction? Hey, what's the color precipitate? Where's the arsenic? I don't see it, do you, or them? It was all rather confusing to them. And they had one more argument to boot. Why do you think John would poison his grandfather? He's such a nice man. Ah, yes. Now, back in those days, many of the court cases were often decided based upon the character of the person that was on trial. So, when the verdict came down for John, they found him not guilty. He got off scot-free. Now, when James Marsh heard this made him just a little bit upset. So, he decided he was going to do something about it. So he went back to his lab and he created a new test, a better test, the Marsh test. Now what the Marsh test does is that it uses both zinc and sulfuric acid. When the two are combined, it creates an arsenic gas. And if arsenic is present, the gas will pick it up and blow it out here. And if we hold something up to a surface up to that gas, arsenic will begin to become present upon that surface. Now, unfortunately, this test was not created fast enough to put John into prison. But shortly after it was created, it helped convict a woman that tried to poison her husband in France. And shortly after that, became the test to be used for decades to come. So it really was a triumph for science, so hooray for toxicology! Because of the invention of this one test, poisoning became a thing of the past. Police had better ways of detecting poisonings, and things like arsenic became harder and harder to come by. So now you don't have to be so nervous when you eat your morning breakfast. And for those of you that are curious if John actually did poison his grandfather, what do you guys think? Did he do it? Yes. Oh, yeah, he totally did it. But on a side note, he later on, under a different alias, tried to con a butler out of some money and was caught. He was then sentenced to board a criminal ship that was bound for Australia, where he was never heard from ever again. Ha! Karma! Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed my presentation, but before you go, be sure to check out the exhibits that are directly behind you. Like the one about Lucrezia Borgia. She used to keep poisons in her ring to poison her enemies. Or check out the one about Napoleon. Did he die of natural causes or was he poisoned like a game? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Have a wonderful stay here at the Natural History Museum of Utah.